Hebrews that stand and walk with the Lord's statutes and commandments of the Most High. And we don't care who we got to come up against. You ain't standing before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on and gonna continue to take them all on. Of my true love's head.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see I'm right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, on those ships who had to plead for life. Took us to a place where ain't never safe there. Poisoning our foods and put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwashed, we died for that same cost. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, no, they'd rather link a chick tonight. Praises to the Most High, I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaican, mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Kwam Yasha Allah, sons of the power. Rise from the ghetto when Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Want to be an Israelite, you gon' need more than fringes. You gon' need to show you approve and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized from the lynching. Homicide, we the victim. Homicide ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms. Never getting treatment, something he gotta sleep with. Stockholm syndrome so long, it ain't a secret. That's why I die for them brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite, crackers better get it right. Visions of my enemies, death flow through my dreams at night. If your mind ain't there, then we don't dream alike. Reporting live from hell, home of Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
While they play the sidelines, comfortable on benches. Catch me on the front lines, putting work in trenches. Making sure our election, preparing for Armageddon. Mastering this profession of prophesying these lessons. Protecting our adolescents and answering all their questions. Teaching the love they reflection, no matter what the complexion. We got a common connection, a part of God's hand selection. A shot at the resurrection, through us achieving perfection. But to give life takes sacrifice. Battle demons every fight. Short days and long nights. Less sleep and more fights. More wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite, blood of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites and die for my Israelites. We owe a debt cause Christ paid the price. So who ready to give their life the life of an Israelite?
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
I knew I was underwater. I just didn't realize I was this underwater. If you're stressed about your paper, just get Grammarly.
Take a second, we reflecting with the light, but this the life, I fucking love it. Wouldn't trade it to be white, now that's alright. I got the right at birth, the devil's redefining worth.
Someday you'll pay the price.
No, I don't break a fold, I need and bake the dough and recreate the flow. They think they making dough, what they forsake is so essential. Over lentils, get your issue. Guess who's on this instrumental with you? I gives a damn if we was family, view one bread and call it spam. I'm not a fan of Antichrist, they slayed the man. I swayed the Tim like here I am, the son of Sam is taking shots at David Berkowitz. Pussy. A different discipline existed in this New York state of mind. Say since not the actor, but the year we's effort. Not one thing in mind to grind until this gavel turns his words to murder from Babel.
You know that you are. It's cold and nice to me. You know that you are.
Front lines of 69, I follow protocol. This kingdom built on guy bones, so I can't love Esau, and I can't fuck with y'all. I ain't gotta say it twice, you vouching for the enemy, but
Someday you'll pay the price.
look, my father ain't have a father cause of dope. I'm anti-politics cause Christ died from a vote. How the richest nation locked the homeless up for being cold. How ironic they relating smoking weed to getting stoned. You trim your ways and seek they love. I'ma bring this sword back wet with a vesta dipped in blood. Niggas giving up when they don't even give enough. Going nowhere fast, niggas always in a rush. I give them love cause my brothers lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. No way I can serve another God. I give my love cause my brothers lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. I can't serve another God. Cold-blooded.
You know that you are. It's cold and nice to me. You know that you are. Someday you'll pay the price.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to prophets. My nigga serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Nowhere is gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. You gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the wrong with step. I'm silent for show to the fake niggas. Stay silent, I got it, let's go. I ain't taking no loss. Ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell them we can't keep it slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high. Got your baby I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Plus your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop their ass, she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance. One west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupons for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been a stopper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going on Patron and premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had them niggas spin like a tire, down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
Give me Exodus 4:22. And how in the hell did you try to take this Bible and use it for everybody? You stupid as hell. You dumb as hell. This Bible is what's going to condemn you. Because this is the book of the Israelites. You should have destroyed this book, you dumb so-called white people. Instead of going around and trying to use the Bible is the book that's going to destroy your world.
Excuse me, everyone, I have a brief announcement to make. Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan was the devil, and the government is lying about 9/11. Thank you for your time and good night.
Shalom, Ak. Shalom, Ak. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shabbarakathum.
No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they folk, so I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly through the smoke. They'd rather see us on that troll, lock up, they're buried in a hole. Ain't wanna see us grow because they can't go toe to toe, but I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve their goal, so I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow.
Hey, who shot big smalls? If we don't get them, they gon' get us all. And I'll be damned if I just sit back while my people fall. There is no contestant when we all in this together, so let's come together now so we can end this shit forever. I don't wanna go to school, I'd rather read up on my enemies and study all the methods used to kill my people mentally. Sex, money, and drugs is destroying our identity, and this ain't nothing new. This shit been going on for centuries. Instead of fighting for rights, you should have been fighting for our land. Now we fighting for the man, just go right into their plan. And I'm sick of this, it's ridiculous how the government is such hypocrites. They make the laws, then break the laws. How serious should I take the laws? My blood, homie, I take the laws. This family first, worst come to worst, and I die for mine. Me and my niggas, we charged up like alkaline. We strapped up like Columbine. When it's wartime, I'm on the front line. Facts life, I'm acting like I was born again, it's the afterlife.
No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they folk, so I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly through the smoke. They'd rather see us on that troll, locked up, they're buried in a hole. They wanna see us grow because they can't go toe to toe, but I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve their goal, so I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Check it, get your life right, cause this the last call. Christ coming back and he's gonna judge us all. It can happen while you shopping, walk around the mall. Where you from, where you at, Babylon will fall. Lose your head by the sword or obey his laws. You hear them drum beats? We in the midst of war, but it's a holy one. I speak the holy tongue. Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shabbarakathum. I got the most high power, I ain't need a gun. I'll be out here repping till his kingdom come. His bread's for the children, you can't get a crumb. Yeah, they hear me, they ain't feeling where I'm coming from. But la-di-da-di, fuck everybody from the Catholic Church to Illuminati. Christ coming back, now the Anunnaki trying to warn the people, but they tried to knock me. What you thought that I wasn't gonna throw my voice in? Fuck all of y'all, white Jesus poison. No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they folk, so I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly through the smoke. They'd rather see us on that troll, locked up, they're buried in a hole. Ain't wanna see us grow because they can't go toe to toe, but I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve their goal, so I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they folk, so I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly through the smoke. They'd rather see us on that troll, locked up, they're buried in a hole. Ain't wanna see us grow because they can't go toe to toe, but I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve their goal, so I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow.
Ow!
Mm-hmm. You're having that dream where you made the white people riot, weren't you?
But I was telling the truth.
How many times have I told you you better not even dream about telling white folk the truth? You understand me? Shoot. Making white people riot. You better learn how to lie like me. I'm gonna find me a white man and lie to him right now.
Any man give his life for Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that UPK banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary.
Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till I'm stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till I'm stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground. Now this ain't no movement, this a takedown. We will not be
Oh, we're gonna say the Lord's Prayer. We're gonna start face the east. We'll say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak Waka, Baba'ah, Batazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratasa, Kawah, Hayah, Bashamayim, the thunder now, the come, Kal, Yawum, Batalak now, Kawawak now, Kasalak now, Kawawak now, Wala'ah, Kabayay now, Wanasaya one, Abo, Hawashaya now, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Watapara, I will love you. Aman.
In English. Our Father,
which
art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us. From evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Amen.
We're going to start. Face the front. Be seated. I'm Yashabia. Be seated. All right. Let's go ahead, clap it up. Shalom, Israel. We're in the building. This is the feast, the closing of the Feast of Purim. Tonight, we're gathering all across the nation, all across Israel, from coast to coast, overseas, Caribbean islands. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are coming together and dwelling in unity. Matter of fact, give me that. Give me Psalms 133 and 1. Shot. Right. This is what this is always glorious in the eyes of the Most High. It's glorious in the eyes of the brothers and sisters in the UPK, doing these things as the way the Lord sees fit. Not what your Christian pastor wants you to do, not what your Muslim imam wants you to do,
right?
But coming together in the things that the children of Israel have done for thousands of years as Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
That's right.
All right. You got it?
Yes, sir. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, how good and how pleasant.
How good and how pleasant. Read.
It
is
for brethren to dwell together.
Right. And we know Hebrew is a masculine language. We come from a masculine culture.
Right.
When it says brethren, whenever you hear brethren, that equals sistren too.
Right.
Right. The sisters as well. How good and how pleasant it is to see brothers and sisters dwell in unity. All right. Anything else on that?
No, sir. Yeah.
All right. One more time.
Come. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Right. And that shows you as well how evil it is to see Blacks and Latinos and Native Americans not get along, not being able to dwell in unity.
Right.
That is the culture of America. Christmas is people coming together not in unity.
Right.
Thanksgiving is the same thing. Easter, all of that. Your family gets together, gets drunk, and fights each other, man. That's the spirit of your oppressor. The spirit of the Lord is seeing us come together and be united as one. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go to the book of Esther. You got anything on that, Doc?
No, sir.
Nehemiah, the end of Nehemiah. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's go Esther 1 and 1.
Okay. This is the book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, Now it come to pass in the days of Asharias,
Mm-hmm. Asaras,
which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 107 provisions. Provinces. Verse 2. That in those days, when the king Asharias sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan,
right,
the palace.
Right. So there was this king. His name was Asaras. He was a ruler of a powerful nation called the Persian and the Medes, the Persian and Median Empire. He is who a lot of people know from the movie 300 as Xerxes. That's another way of saying his name, Xerxes the first one. And so this cat had so many provinces from Ethiopia and Africa all the way through the Middle East, all the way over to India in that time, right? Now let's see. Go down to, keep going, verse 3.
Couple times. Verse 3. In the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all the princes and his servants. The power of Persia, and Media, the nobles and princes of the provisions being before him.
Right. So he had this great feast, 100 days plus days of feasting, partying, drinking, eating, all these things, showing how much money and wealth that he had for days and days and days. And let's drop down to verse 10.
Come. Verse 10. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mahuman, Bazak, Harbana, Bagata, and Abata, Zatar, and Karsar?
Carcass.
Carcass.
Yeah, he put me up in there, huh? It was the heathens.
Right. Carcass. The 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Asar the king.
Right. So when his heart was merry with the wine, he's feeling himself. He gives this order to his men to go ahead and do this. Read verse 11.
Okay. To bring Vashti, the queen, before the king with the crown royal, to show the people and the princess her beauty, for she was fair to look on.
Right, and that's also the culture of heathens.
Right.
That's not Israelite culture.
Right.
You know, nowadays you'll hear a lot of brothers, they don't care what their women wear. They going out, they almost find some type of glory in showing their women off to other men. Right? But Israelite culture is being modest, right? The sisters were known for their glory, for not the clothes that they wear and the gold that they wore, but the modest spirit that they had in being humble and showing humility in their dress that they wore. But he is trying to show her off like a pimp would do a hoe.
Wow.
Like he got drunk and he was like, man, my girl is bad. I want y'all to see her. She would just come up here and stand on the table and walk around. You know what I mean? But let's keep keep going. Let's see.
If I may, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
And that's how a lot of the music is promoted today.
Right.
And a lot of women in power, they're promoted even on social media. It's promoted for them to show themselves off. Or if you got a good looking woman in your opinion, you will show her off. Like for instance, how Kanye West is parading the heathen that he's dating around.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's basically showing her off.
Yeah.
You know?
And really disrespecting her.
Right.
That's what Captain Nazar was saying. Like a lot of that might be just him trying to disrespect a white woman in front of the world and treat her like that as a message to these heathens.
Right.
You understand? So you never know what's going on, but that's how they've treated us for years and years and years. That she was seen as like, I don't know. It seems like he's on some other stuff, really. Like I said, he got drunk, started wanting to, show her off like this is a modeling show or something like that. Really, what are you getting out of this, right? But verse 12.
But verse 12. But the queen, am I pronouncing it? Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chambers. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him.
Right. So she said, I'm not going over there. She didn't listen to the king. She disobeyed his order, and the king was angry at her for doing this. Let's drop down to verse 15.
Verse 15. What shall we do unto the queen? Okay. But I don't want
to think like almost like Bash. Let me think like Vashti, yeah, Ashti, Vashti.
Salaki. Verse 15. What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to law? Because she hath not performed the commandment of the king, assured by the chamberlains.
Right. So he like, his men are asking him like, man, what we gonna do about her? She's disobeying your order. We're gonna have to do something and set an example because you're the king and everyone bows down to you and does what you say. But if she doesn't listen, it's gonna explain it a little bit right here. Okay, read verse 16.
Come. And Memucan.
That's these names is different. So most of the names is not too important.
And Memucan answered before the king and the princess. Vashti, the queen, hath not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes and to all the people that are in all the province of the king's Assyrians.
Right. So what is he saying? He's saying she didn't only offend you.
Right.
She offended all the leaders in this nation. She offended all the different people throughout all the provinces of the king. Right? Verse 17.
For this deed of the queen shall come abhorrent unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes, when it shall be reported.
Right. So what is this saying? Now they have the right spirit about this. This is something that America knows. This is something that our oppressor knows, is that a lot of times women will follow someone they look to as powerful and as a leader. Right? So this example of this woman in power setting this, that she's not going to listen to her husband. Now all the women in the provinces in the kingdom are going to do like she does. What's that today? That's Cardi B leaving her husband. You understand? And bragging about it, going online, disrespecting him all online, bragging about cheating on him. Now, sisters that don't have $20 million like Cardi B, they work at Sizzlers, if they still got that. And they going online talking crazy about their husband, their kids about to be destroyed. They're not going to have no nannies for the kids. They're not going to have private school for the kids. They're not going to be able to get vacation time. They're going to completely destroy their lives following after Cardi B, which is why our nation, we need to learn from these things as well. Like, women are very powerful and very influential in a lot of ways. So much so that the Bible says it, not us. That is one of the most powerful things on earth outside of the truth.
Right.
Right. And so that's what we're seeing in America. America has put women in a position of leading the country, and it's going in a different direction than what the Lord wants. But if sisters are in order with righteous men like here in the UPK, that power that they have can be used for the right and for the good. And that's what the Lord wants. And that's what this class is about tonight. Because, we go to camp, the hecklers get on, where are the women at? Where are the sisters at? We don't see no sisters. They think that since they don't see any sisters at camp, that the UPK doesn't love Black and Latino women.
Right.
Black and Native American women, West Indian women. Man, the Bible shows you the power that a woman can have. She has an entire book named after her for doing the right thing. She has an entire feast day that we remember and honor every year. And that's the thing that sisters should want to emulate and be like this Sister Esther right here, man. So give it up for this sister. Give it up for the solid sisters in the UPK, man. Holding down the truth, holding down their husbands, and obeying these laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? Go ahead, please.
If I may, sir, the water. And it's heavy what you're bringing out also because, this empire was built off of the same empire of, I guess you would say, the Roman Empire, the European Empire, right? The Europeans acknowledge they are not as queens. They actually worship the women in power in Europe, but that's the only nation that does so. It's a custom that really takes away from the man. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's where that whole women power movement came from. When they, and the crazy part about it is pushing that movement actually destroyed our sisters.
Right.
Because they begin to think that, it's a women power movement when all women are the same, when in reality, all women are not the same.
Right.
You know what I mean? This God of the Bible is not for every woman. It's talking about certain women. You know what I mean? So like,
damn right. Damn right. Get out of hand. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and let's finish where we at.
Come on with concert. The king Asurius commanded Vashti, the queen, to be brought in before him, but she came not.
Right. So, keep going.
Come on, verse 18. Likewise, shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen. Thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath.
Right. So they like, man, if this brother is so powerful, it's like having somebody, for people who understand, okay, Barack Obama is the president of the country. They say he's the leader of the free world. If he tell Michelle Obama, go in there and give me some lemonade,
right?
She like, nigga, you get your own lemonade. I ain't getting you nothing.
Right.
And she disrespected him on TV, on camera like that. They gonna, man, I work at Popeyes. I can't tell my rib to do nothing.
Right.
If you're not listening to the king of the world, you for sure ain't listening. They say it's gonna make it bad for all the men throughout the entire kingdom with this example. So they said, let's go ahead and do something. Verse 19.
Come, verse 19. If it pleases the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians, and Medians, that it be not altered, that the Vashti come no more before King Asurius, and let the king give his royal estate unto another that is better than she.
That is what?
That is better than she.
Right. So his assistants or whatever you want to call it, they are sitting there. They're like, let's actually make a law, put it into place, and let the whole kingdom know that we kicking this broad out. She can't even come amongst you anymore. She's been banished from even coming before the king inside this royal estate, and we're going to give it to another. So they're right there. So we're going to skip through for time's sake. Let's go down a little bit to let's go down to Esther chapter 2, verse 5.
This is Esther chapter 2, verse 5. Now in Shushan, the palace, the place, there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai. Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shemai.
Yeah, that's Shemai.
Shemai?
Yeah.
Shemai, the son of Cush, a Benjamite.
Right. So Mordecai, he was a Benjamite, right? He was what we would call today like a so-called Jamaican or a West Indian brother. You understand? He was a very solid brother, and he was an Israelite. Go ahead, verse 6.
Who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity which had been carried away with Jericho. Jeconiah,
right,
king of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away.
Right. So when we got carried away, we went into slavery into ancient Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar was another famous king back in these days, and he took our people out of our land and brought us into this land in this captivity. All this is around the same time of Daniel, around the same time of Esther, around the same time, I believe, let me see. I want to say, who else went into the same captivity? I don't want to say right now, but these things were happening around the same time we went into this captivity. All right.
So being carried fresh out, sir, like within a time frame of like 20 years, or was it like just out of his, out of Zechariah reign? Like, is that where they got on from, or they had to be like?
So Mordecai was in the same time as Jeconiah.
Okay, so
right?
That's fresh.
Yeah. So it's not too many years apart. All right.
Okay.
Read verse 7.
And he brought up Hadassah, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter.
Right. So Hadassah was her Hebrew name, and Esther, I believe, was her was the name that was given to her. Let me see. I want to make sure that's right. It might have been the other way around, but she had two different names because just like when we went into slavery, they changed our names. It's the same thing they was doing to our people. So it talks about in Daniel in the first chapter that they changed those brothers' names from Daniel to Belshazzar, and from I forget the other names though, to Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Those were their slave names. Right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look that up right now. But keep going.
For she had neither father nor mother.
Right.
And the maid was fair and beautiful. Whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter.
Right. So her parents were dead, just like us, dealing with captivity, being in slavery. Things happened where her parents were not alive. And I did find the answer. So Hadassah is her Hebrew name. It means myrtle tree. And Esther was the slave name or the Babylonian name that was given to her. Right. And so Mordecai raised her up as a father because she didn't have any parents. Right. Now, I'm just going to paraphrase what happened. So Esther was take it into the king's house. Verse 17. Drop down to verse 17.
Come. This is Esther chapter 2, verse 17. And the king loved Esther above all the women, and she obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins, so that he set the royal crown upon her head.
Right. And so here's another one. Like, these are the different wives that this king had. And we know that these virgins just mean young women. It doesn't mean that they had not laid with a man. And he chose Esther to be his wife out of all of them. Right? And verse, you read all the way through 18? I mean 17?
Yeah, 17. If I may, sir.
Go ahead, please.
And this show you, right? Esther was a Benjamite, right? Which means she was a tribe of today term would be like a Jamaican, right?
Right.
Our sister's always been bad, man. Like that's crazy. He picked her out of all the other women that he had in his arsenal or to his grasp. He picked her to put the crown on. That show you, man. Black, Hispanic, and Native women, y'all more precious than any other woman that walked the face of this earth, man.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's important for sisters to carry themselves in a certain way. Like, y'all should walk around with y'all head held up high, and anything a white woman do, you should do the total opposite.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if she don't listen to her husband, she want to rule the world, you should not. You should be humble. You should be beautiful, because the Bible painted you this way, and that's who you are, man. It's a lot.
Damn right. Get that brother in, man. That's important. And yeah, and it's so sad. Like we said, we hear about these the black doll and the white doll test, where they have young girls at a young age. They think that this woman is the pinnacle of beauty and excellence in the world. And we see so many sisters, man, like I'm looking at Beyonce, who is a beautiful sister, you know what I'm saying, in her natural state. But she got this blonde hair, and you know, now she's going into the cosmetic surgery and all these things because she is following the ways after the oppressor. Like, show my age a little bit. Like, man, we was kids. The people that got cosmetic surgery, the breasts done and the lips and all that was white women.
Right.
Now, who is known in the earth for getting the BBLs and getting all this cosmetic surgery? Sisters are doing that. That was never our culture. So, like you're saying, following after them, not loving yourself, you're gonna destroy yourself. And they go to these rich doctors. These sisters is going in the back alleys, going into different places in other countries, and end up sick and hurt and diseased. Some of them even dying in order to change their themselves. When that is one, not our culture, and it's a form, in my opinion, a lot of ways of self-hate. If it's not something to save your life or something of that nature, it's really, they didn't reverse Uno'd us, man.
Right.
Where it's like they wanted to be like us naturally, so they started getting the cosmetic surgery, and now they convinced a lot of our sisters to hate themselves and do these things, man. Right. Well, let's go ahead to verse
18.
Where we at? Now let's drop down to, we're going to go to this plot of how Mordecai comes into play. So
go to 21.
Let's go to verse 21. Yep.
Come. This is the book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 21. In those days, while Mordecai sat in the king's gate, two of the king's chamberlains Bighthan and Teresh of those which kept the door were wrapped and sought to lay hands on the king. On
our episode, or one of these different things, BMF or whatever. This is like a plot of these cats that's working for him to go ahead and kill him. So they want to backdoor this king and put him to death. But Mordecai heard what was happening. Verse 22.
And the thing was known to Mordecai, who told it unto Esther, the queen. And Esther certified the king thereof in Mordecai's name.
Right. So Esther went to the king, told the king, this is what's going on. These cats are trying to kill you. Keep going.
Come. And when in question, what Inquisition was made of the matter, it was found out. Therefore, they were both hanged on a tree.
Right.
And it was written in the book of the Chronicles before the king.
Right. So he found out they were trying to kill him. He ended up getting them hung, and that was that. All right, let's go into chapter 3 and verse 1.
Come. This is the book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 1. Mm-hmm. After these things, did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammadiah, the Agite, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
Right. So Haman was one of the men that was following King Xerxes, and he said, I'm going to raise him up and put him above all the princes in the provinces. He's going to be like my number 2 in the land. And Haman was an Agite, or someone that we would call an Amalekites. Today would be the so-called Jewish people. There's been an ongoing battle and beef between the children of Israel and the children of Amalek. And at one point in time, King Saul had gotten the order to completely wipe out all of the children of Amalek. He didn't obey that order, and that's why these people are still around to this day. And that's why this man had such hatred for the children of Israel. But we're going to read how this played out. All right.
Verse 2. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed in reverence Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him.
Right. So whenever he would come in, all the people that were in the gates of the king's palace bowed in reverence Haman. And the king had commanded everybody to do that. Right? So keep going.
But Mordecai bowed not.
But Mordecai what?
Bowed not.
Right.
Nor did his reverence.
Right. So Mordecai, he wouldn't bow to this heathen. He wouldn't bow to him like everyone else. He knew that we only bow to the Most High. You understand? In that essence, and we're not bowing to this man, especially this heathen. Y'all done kidnapped us. Y'all done brought us into captivity, brought us to this land, and now you want us to bow down before y'all too. Mordecai wasn't having that. Keep going.
Verse 3. Then the king's servants, which were in the king's gate, said unto Mordecai, why transgressest thou the king's commandments? Verse 4. Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matter would stand. Mm-hmm. For he had told them that he was a Jew.
Right. So they told him, like, this is who Mordecai is. He's an Israelite. He's a Jew. And keep going.
Come. Verse 5. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath.
Right. So this heathen was pissed off. Right. He's not. It doesn't matter that everyone else bows down to you. It doesn't matter that you have all the wealth in the world.
Right.
Doesn't matter that you are number 2 in the most powerful nation on earth. So just giving y'all the background, like this Persian and Median Empire was the most powerful nation on earth at this time. There never have been a land as great as this empire, bigger than what Egypt was at that time, bigger than what ancient Babylon had. Like this is right before the Greeks and the Romans started going. So they said, Xerxes, that's why in that movie 300, when they were fighting that battle against them, he was coming with so many soldiers. He was coming with the people called the untouchables. That's a real thing in history, which shows you, for one, this Bible is a history book.
Right.
People get it confused when they think that, oh, the miracles and this and that, it's a fairy tale book. You hear a lot of people today say, oh, you believing in that fairy tale book. How is it a fairy tale book when so much history is inside of it? Where people that do not follow the Bible say the same things will happen at this time. It's like I said, I mean, the things that are going on in LA, we from the Bay Area. I don't know what is going on in LA right now unless I watch the news or somebody from down there tells me what's going on. How is it people that live hundreds and thousands of miles away in the Bible days have the same stories?
Right.
It's because this stuff was happening. You understand? Like, how is somebody way in Greece saying, yeah, back 2,000 years ago, it was somebody named Xerxes. He was Persian, he was Median, and he ruled from this year to that year. Then you go way over to India, you ask them, y'all heard of Xerxes? They'll be like, yeah, he was doing this and he was doing that. You go into our Bible, it's talking about the same thing because this is the stuff that was happening, right? Let's keep going.
Verse 6. And he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone.
Right, so he wants to kill Mordecai for this. Keep going.
For they had sold him the people of Mordecai.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews.
Sought to do what?
Sought to destroy all the Jews.
Right.
That were throughout the whole kingdom of Assyrius. Even the people of Mordecai.
Right. So this is, once we know Amalek, he is an Edomite. He is a so-called white man today, just like the Jewish people that live in Israel today, that stole our identity, stole our culture. This is their spirit to this day. Like, if we stand up for anything, they don't want to just kill the person standing up. Everybody has to pay.
Right.
Like, you think about men like Nat Turner. Nat Turner was enslaved. He stood up for his people and attacked white people. They didn't just want to kill Nat Turner. They didn't just want to kill the men that fought with him. They wanted to go kill all black people. What's that movie we knew growing up? It's called Rosewood. That's what you was thinking about? Tell me about the movie Rosewood. Huh?
No, you
remember
that? One false accusation caused the destruction of the whole black race in that community.
Right.
You know, and it just was, it was horrible.
Right. They started killing the women, the children,
Mm-hmm.
the elderly. They shot that dude's mama.
Right.
You understand? That's what this looked like. It's another, what do they call that? A massacre.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to have a massacre on niggas throughout their entire kingdom because of one man. Didn't even do anything to him.
Right.
He just said, you know, I have a lord, a power. I'm not going to bow down to you. He didn't slap him. He didn't spit on him.
Right.
He didn't steal nothing from him. Like, hold on, man. We gotta bring this back. This is how evil these devils are. They about to wipe out everybody because one nigga didn't die. All of us got to die. That's crazy. Like, that's why we should be in rulership.
Exactly.
Hold that. Give me Job chapter 9, verse 24. And we're going to come back. We're going to come back to this, man. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's what it says, man. They wanted to kill all the children of Israel because one cat didn't bow down, man. You understand? Matter of fact, for time's sake, we're gonna keep rolling. I'm just gonna paraphrase that. But the Bible in Job, it says that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and these cats are the ones that are ruling the world today. So if we say that Black Lives Matter, they want to destroy you.
Right.
They said we're gonna try to give blacks and Latinos an opportunity to get some jobs because they've been oppressing America. Call it DEI. They want to go to war with Mexico. You want to help Latinos come to America and have a better life? All of them got to be considered terrorists and rapists and get sent to Guantanamo Bay. You understand?
Right.
All right.
And if I may, sir, just real quick, sir.
Please.
And
please.
this is crazy He said that they was going to kill all the Jews and the house of Mordecai, right?
Right.
And that just show you that the tribes are all different. You know what I mean? They try to tie it down to everybody being one race, one group of people. When it's showing you here that they knew the difference between the tribes.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they wanted to, and this is why it's important for blacks, Hispanics, and natives to stick together. Because not only right now they're attacking our Latino brothers and sisters, but don't get it confused, black man, black woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, they coming for you next. Once they finish with these brothers, they already been doing it to us, but they coming for us next. Guaranteed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What they trying to do is get rid of the numbers, the majority, all the Latino brothers and sisters. So then if it do come down and them having to oppress us, they're going to be able to do it, I won't say more easier, but it'll be less of a fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
right. Get a brother hand. Yeah. These devils are getting ready for a race war, man. That's what's going on. All right. And that's the essence of all this. I'm gonna break that down a little bit, but let's keep going for time's sake. We're gonna run through some of these verses. All right, let's go to verse 7.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 7. Mm-hmm. In the first month, that is the month Nisan, mm-hmm. in the 12th year of King Assyrius, mm-hmm. they cast
pure.
That is
pure.
The lot before Haman from day to day, and from month to month, to the 12th month, that is that month Adar.
Right. So they cast lots. They started rolling dice and saying, all right, what month should we go ahead and kill these niggas? They roll the dice. All right, we landed on the 6th. We're gonna do this on the 6th month. Okay, roll the dice again. What day should we do it? All right, it landed on the 15th. All right, in the 6th month, in the 15th day, we're gonna go out and slay these cats, man. They put dice up and play with us like it's a game, like Russian roulette. Like when we gonna kill them? All right, boom, let's do it. You know, they playing games with our lives. All right. Verse 8. This is important right here.
And Haman said unto King Assyrius, mm-hmm. There is a certain people scattered abroad, mm-hmm. and dispersed among the people in all the provinces.
Right.
Of thy kingdom.
Right. So there's a people, the Israelites, dispersed throughout the whole province. That shows you that we was always scattered abroad. The children of Israel was all in all these different nations. When Christ is talking about bringing people out of these different nations, this is what he's talking about. It's been known for years that the Israelites have been amongst all other people. I remember when I was in the world, I used to joke with my homeboy. We used to be like, man, it's this rapper from the Bay named Bruh Hef. I'd never seen him. He used to be with Keek the Sneak. Keek was always talking about it, but I'd never seen him. So then we would watch different things on TV, and it would be a room full of Edomites. It'll be one random ass brother. We like, that's Bruh Hef right there. And we'd see some other show. It'd be a whole bunch of Asians on there. It'll still be one nigga. You be in a whole nother country. They be watching, Anthony Bourdain. He traveling over to France and stuff. It's gonna be a brother that walk up on there. It's gonna be a sister in the background. Like, niggas are always everywhere. You're gonna see at least one of us in every country. You go watch some on Japan, you can see Bruh Hef walking in the back, man. It's Israelites in all different nations. That's how it's been for many years. Go ahead.
And their laws are diverse from all people.
Their laws are what?
Are diverse from all people.
Man, this is what sets us apart from all nations. For one, we different with our swagger, the way we cook our food, the things that we can do, from inventions to sports to the way we dress. We've always been different than everyone else, but the thing that put us on top was our laws that were different from all these other nations. Keep going.
Neither keep they the king's laws.
Right.
Therefore, it is not for the king's profit to suffer them.
Right. And so I'm going to read from the book of Josephus real quick, a little bit about this. It explains this a little bit right here. It talks about Haman. This is what he was telling the king as well. Haman, who on account of his prudence and justice is the first in my esteem in dignity, and only second to myself for his fidelity and constant goodwill to me. He told the king, this is the king talking, right? He's saying that there is an ill-natured nation intermixed with all mankind that is averse to our laws and not subject to kings, and of a different conduct of life from others, that hated monarchy, and of a disposition that is pernicious to our affairs, right? And so I give order that these men of whom Haman, our second father, have informed us, be destroyed with their wives and children, and that none of them be spared, and that none prefer pity to them before obedience to this decree. Like, even if you want to not kill them, you better kill them or we're going to kill you.
Right.
This is like the purge. We all seen the purge. When that song come on or whatever that thing, greetings, everyone. Starting at 12 midnight tonight, everyone can da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. This was the purge. They wanted to purge, but it wasn't everyone. It was just niggas and spics and savage. They like all of them throughout the empire you can kill. All right, let's go. Let's go ahead. We're gonna drop down after this a little part. Let's see. Verse 9, yep.
If it pleases the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed.
Read that one more time.
Let
it be written what? That they may be what?
Let it be written that they may be destroyed.
Uh-huh.
And I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have the charge of the business, to bring it into the king's treasury.
Right. So what is that? Go ahead. Anyone of y'all sisters want to break that part down? Explain that. What does that mean? Read verse 9 again.
If it pleases the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed. And I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have the charge of the business, to bring it into the king's treasury.
Right. What's that?
It sounds like what the verse is saying is that they will pay whoever can perform whatever it is task he's asking for. Silver to perform this task.
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna just assume that's just what it is.
Right. Now, if you know the task, you write on it. What is the task that he's asking for? So this is Haman. He's asking the king. He wants to get rid of the children of Israel. And he said, I'm going to put $10,000.
So he's asking them to unalive the kids of Israel.
Yeah. Damn right. Give us a hand. Now, in today's society, what do you call that?
Abortion.
Okay, not quite. And street terminologies.
I don't know, a hit.
There you go. That's it. Haman put a hit out on the children of God. He said, I put money on their head. Anybody that go and kill these niggas gonna get cashed out. And I'm gonna put up the money for it. That's a lot of hatred because of one nigga didn't bow for you. This is deeper than rap. You see what I'm saying? Like, this has got to be a backstory to this. You can't be that mad if somebody didn't bow down to you. You're going to put up this money to kill everybody? This is something going on. That's what I'm saying. The backstory is we killed a lot of their people, almost eradicated them. So now this is his chance to get his gift back. So it's like if you've seen a mafia movie, this mafia boss is like, okay, I'm walking into the store and this nigga stepped on my shoe. Kill everybody in Brooklyn. Like, come on, bro. It's bigger than that. You going off for some reason more than just this, and it's because of what happened back then, right? But 10,000 talents of silver today. Anybody want to guess how much that is today? I see you see. What is this?
Maybe what is that like? Maybe $1 million or maybe 500,000. I don't know.
Yeah. That sound pretty good. Anybody else want to take another shot? That's some big money, huh? Put on somebody's head. Put on the nation's head. Go ahead.
Maybe like how many pounds does it?
It said 10,000 talents of silver.
Oh, talent.
Yeah.
Like 200,000.
200,000. Yep. Anybody else want to take one more shot at it? All right. You got the answer right here. I got the answer right here. It says, right now, 10,000 talents of silver in today's equivalent would be $3.48 billion.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this was a big hit.
Yeah.
If you go and kill these people, you're going to get paid. Everybody's getting paid. So he's going to divide up the money to the people that's going to do this. So it's nationwide. So it's like, and you know the cold part about it, Officer Karanyala was bringing that out. When they had the gold rush here in California, in order for the Edomites to take over the land, they was paying people thousands of dollars to kill the Native Americans, to clear out the land. So if you bring a Native American foot, you might get $500. You might get $1,000 for bringing a head in. You understand? That's what they was doing. Okay, I killed 10 of these niggas. Okay, here you go. Here go 10 bands. Okay, I killed 100 of them. All right, here you get 100,000. Somebody else, you turn in and say, okay, I killed woo. And everybody can get paid off of this hit that he put on us. You understand? And knowing truth be told, some of these Israelites are probably trying to collect too.
Exactly.
I done killed about 5. They be like, oh, thank you. Here go your money.
Right.
Then they turn around and kill you and take all that money back. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. It's just like that movie Joker. You think you about to come up and you're trying to hide out and be another nation. I'm not with them. But, yeah, let's see. Let's drop down. Let's go to, let's read verse 12.
Verse 12. Then were the king's scrolls called on the 13th day of the first month, and there was written according to all that Haman had commanded unto the king's lieutenants and to the governors that were over every province, and to the ruler of every people of every province, according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language.
Right. And so all the different languages, any different language people spoke, they write in this letter so everybody understands it. So everybody knows that they're going to get paid if they start killing the Israelites. And so I think we already explained all this in verse 13. Y'all can read all these different things on your own time. So let's go to chapter 4 and let's see if we can get straight into it. So we have a copy. Okay. So it was Mordecai. So Mordecai, I'm gonna paraphrase some things. What happened? Mordecai came before the palace where Esther was at. He was out there mourning that this is gonna happen to his people. He's feeling guilty that he might have had some part of this, and they not only just taking it out on him. Is one thing for them to take it out on you.
Right.
It's another thing to take it out on everybody. This brother was feeling horrible about it, and he came and told Esther about this and told her that she has to go and speak upon this to the king to stop this from happening. Go ahead.
And what's crazy about this is that you see that today in today's time. Like the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. Like he looks on black women, Hispanic women, and Native women as like a sex tool. He'll hold you in his house. He'll love you. He'll take care of you the whole time.
Right.
He'll kill your family.
Damn.
He's killing unaliving your brothers, unaliving your sons, unaliving your uncles. You understand me? And that's the wickedness in it, because although Esther was married to the king was telling Haman, go ahead and do it. He took his ring off his finger and gave it to him like, man, I salute you for that. Mm-hmm. Now, the whole time he wants Esther to be so loyal and love with him and committed to him. That's crazy, man.
Right. No, that's a heavy point. I what you're saying. And just to add on to that, it's like a lot of us get fooled when they say, okay, this Edomite has a black woman, so therefore he's not racist. Right. That doesn't make any sense either, because if that was the case, all of the oppressors that were sleeping with black women during slavery could have loved black people.
Exactly.
How is it that Thomas Jefferson was sleeping with this woman, really raping this young girl? He didn't love black people. He had a whole bunch of slaves. It's the same thing today. What's her name? Eve, the rapper Eve. She got some billionaire white man as a husband. And that's supposed to mean that he love and care about black people. But if he's a billionaire, where is Eve from? He's from Philly, right? What is he doing for the brothers that's in Philly right now? Not a damn thing. Right. You know who's going out on Kensington and taking money out of their own pockets and feeding people on the streets? The brothers in the ISUBK, man. Right. The sisters in the ISUBK. It's going out there with the little that we have and feeding the poor on the streets. Right. When this cat got billions of dollars and doing nothing for her people, doing nothing for her nation, man, other than just treating her like a slut, man. Right. That doesn't mean anything. And this is how you cut that logic. If you sleeping with somebody makes you love their people, that's the same as saying a man can't be sexist towards women just because he has a wife. Women can understand that easily. Just because some man's laying with women don't mean he can't hate women. That's not the same thing. Just because you sleep with a black woman doesn't mean you love black people. Exactly. All right. Right, go ahead. Let's go to Esther chapter 4 and verse 11.
Cut on the time. This is the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 11. Mm-hmm. All the king's servants and the people of the king's province do know that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come into the king, into the inner court, mm-hmm. whom is not called, there is one law. Who is not called there? Who is not called? There is one law of him to put him to death, except such to whom the king shall hold out the golden scepter, mm-hmm. scepter, that he may live.
Right. So Esther, Mordecai sent this letter to her saying, you got to go speak for your people. She sent a letter back to him saying, if I go and speak against these issues, the king could kill me just for coming into the chambers without being invited up. And so that's the same thing that a lot of our sisters or people that are in power may deal with today. You can have the ability in the NBA and say, hey, I don't like what's going on with the police and how they treat black people. But if Colin Kaepernick comes and takes a knee to stand up for his people, he gets kicked out of the NFL. Right. He gets blackballed. He can't do anything else, loses his whole job just for speaking for his nation. She's like, if I go and do this thing and speak for my people, I could get killed. Right. Right? Keep going.
Come. That he may that he may live. Uh-huh. But I have not been called to come unto the king. That's 30 days.
Right. So it might be a month before he calls me back before him. Let's see. Verse 13.
Come, verse 13.
This is a heavy precept right here, man. This is showing a sister that's raised up by a righteous brother in the spirit of him teaching her, and how she was able to do great things because of this man guiding her as a father to her. Go ahead.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not.
Do it one more time.
Think not.
One more time.
Think not.
He said, think not. Don't think of this. Go ahead.
Thyself.
Don't think of thyself. Keep going.
That thou shalt escape in the king's house.
Right. So don't think, okay, I'm Beyonce. If I speak about these things, I'm gonna lose this contract. I'm not gonna get this money no more. They're gonna blackball me, blacklist me. Don't think that you're gonna escape, right?
More than all the Jews.
Right. Don't think about yourself. Care about your people and your nation. And this is something that we have to learn and hold on to here in the truth, right? Because I know General Muhammad was saying this recently, like, man, sisters out, you on Facebook and you battling and all this. Take some of your time and energy to think about your nation and people. You can spend that time trying to organize the food drive so that we can go feed the homeless here in Oakland. Like, just because you are here and we teach that you have to obey your husband, the woman is the weaker vessel. Sisters, you don't have to be weak, right? And you can suggest things and influence your husband in a right spirit, in humility and humbleness, and thinking and caring about your nation. No righteous brother is going to be mad at that. Who is going to say, man, this idea is horrible, that we found a way to go clothe the homeless. We found a way to go feed children that are suffering in Haiti. That you came up with this idea of how we can help our brothers and sisters that are being torn apart at the border right now, man. That's going to be an excellent idea, and we're going to do whatever we can to make that happen. So this nation, America, loves to distract our people and make us think about ourselves. And this is a thing that the Spirit of the Lord can put on us to worry about others. You understand? That's brotherhood. That's sisterhood. Right? It's like I ain't even been looking at this for a minute. All right. Let's go ahead. Keep going.
Verse 14. For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place. But thou in thy father's house shall be destroyed. And whom knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this?
Right. So he's saying, you know what? Let's say you don't speak on our behalf. Your father's house, these brothers that's living here, we might get killed.
Right.
The Lord may deliver us another way, and we may not completely be destroyed. But who knows? Who's to say that you weren't put in this position by the Lord to have this happen? And so that's the same thing. Like in today's standard, somebody like a Cardi B or whoever else is influential, they're thinking, I'm going to lose all the things that I've gained. When the Lord may have put you in that position of power to have influence to save the children of Israel, to speak about these evil things that are happening to us, man. All right? Is there anything else? Let's go. Go ahead.
What's heavy is he also so like I'm paraphrasing. He also basically told her like, look, this is your time. If you miss it, somebody else gonna come do it. Right. They come raise it up. It's gonna happen. Right. So whether you be following the laws or not, it's gonna be somebody else who come save us. But with you not doing it, then we all gonna perish. We won't see it happen, but we all gonna perish because you know what I mean, because you didn't do it.
Right.
Like that's heavy. Like a sister has so much power, and the power that a woman has is her being solid. Solid to her people. It's not her being over the man. It's not her, controlling the man. It's being solid to the soil, man. You understand? That's the power you have. Because within that power, you could change the whole world.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like it.
Yeah, I'm right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, okay. You want to know where we
at? Esther chapter 4, verse 14. Sorry.
All right. Let's read verse 16. This is what Esther told Mordecai. She sent the letter back to them.
Okay, this is the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 16. Go, gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day.
Like, this is one of the most powerful precepts that is in the Bible, man. This is a glorious precept for a sister, man. They showing, on TV, black girl magic, and it's so many things that in the movies they lift up women, even Edomite women. They the superhero and the hero or the heroine in this movie, Miss America, that or whatever. All these different things, they show women doing some things that 9 times out of 10 is not realistic, just like the superhero men in these movies. But this right here is a real life woman being a superhero in the Bible, right? She is coming out and she had some bravery to her. She had some courage. She said, go tell Mordecai to tell all the Jews to fast for me.
Right.
Go ahead and suffer for these next couple of days because I'm about to do something that is not normal. It's not average. Like, it's very easy to read this in this book. It's a lot hard to put yourselves in her shoes. Like, could you imagine? It's a lot of men that would cower out at this moment. But she's standing up to the plate, right? Go ahead.
Okay. I also and my maidens will fast likewise, and so will I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law.
So she's going to break the law, go in here and do this thing for her people. Read. This is the quote right here, man.
And if I perish, I perish.
One more time.
And if I perish, I perish.
So she said, if I'm going to go in here and I die, then I'm going to die. But I'm going to die, and we all going to die, and I'm going to die with my people, man. Get that sister a hand to this day, man. This is why we gathering here today. This is the spirit that our sisters, that our brothers are supposed to have. Like I said, now think about some coward-ass Negro today that goes against us like Charles Barkley. He don't speak up for black people today. What are you going to lose, a couple $1,000? Brother get killed like George Floyd, he don't come out and say nothing. It's countless coons that they're not even risking losing their life, and they will not stand up for our people. Right. This is a sister right here that said, if I'm going to die, then I'm going to die. You got to have that understanding that if somebody tell you tomorrow, you go up in that room, you walk through that door right there, right, 24 hours from now, you might not walk back through. A lot of people would strayed away from that, man. But this sister did it, not knowing what was going to happen. And these heathens right here for the show was about that life. Many people have been killed for less.
Right.
You understand? These heathens, they weird, man. You do something this and that, it's a little bit off. They superstitious. They halfway superstitious anyway. If the sun hit the wrong and the moon come out a certain way, some shooting star go across, they liable to kill everybody in a 20-mile radius. They so damn superstitious. So she coming up in this room without the order, she very well could have been put to death. And I know they done it before, right? That's why she was scared, all right? So that's that. We're gonna skip down to see when she went into the thing. Okay. Let's go. Go ahead.
And just correct me if I'm wrong, sir. When she said, "Go together, all the Jews, and present and pray for me," basically, and fast and die for me, she basically said, "Go pray for me. Like, go pray for me, pray for my well-being, because I'm about to go. I'm gonna go do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go stand up to the king. I'm gonna go talk to him, even though it was an order for no one to come bother him unless she was called upon.
Right.
You know what I mean? But she was going to go do this courageous act for her people. You know what I mean? And you don't see that sacrifice, like I don't want to say. You don't see that sacrifice from women nowadays. You know what I mean? And from nobody nowadays, really. You know what I'm saying? Everything is so about self.
Right.
You know what I mean? Me, it's all about me. As long as I'm good, that's all that matters. When in reality, it should never be all that matters when you just good. It should matter about everybody being good. That's why we do what we do in the UPK. You know what I'm saying? If I may, sir, a little long, we held camp on 16th and Mission. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what nobody know about that area, but that area is notorious for crime. But we was there holding camp, reaching out to our people because we go to the people who are not rich. We go to the people who are not fortunate to have money or have food or even understand who they are.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
no, you do. You do.
That's it, sir.
All right.
So like, if I may, I've disclosed this to you before my
Good.
that when I'm going to work, I actually get off the 16th commission.
Right.
So I'm going there at the wee hours in the morning, about sometimes 6:30 in the morning, maybe 5:30 in the morning, and it's always a lot of activity out there, and I'm always calling you because there's always something happening out there. So I was actually quite surprised when we both watched the news. We watched it together. You told me after you guys had the camera, and it's so much destruction in our community, just as Black Latinos and Native Americans. We have so much destruction. They, present us with drugs and so much poverty and so many bad habits. So, when we saw the police there, it actually was kind of like informative to me, because they try to always paint us as bad people, when in reality they're the ones that's caused the destruction of the community.
Right.
So I think it's amazing that the IPK is there trying to help the community and speak about these things and promote positivity and tell people these things, because if I am correct, you guys been there a few times to that area, that particular area, and it might actually wake a lot of people up and make them realize that living within your truth, following what the Most High has actually presented to us and expect for us to follow, is not a bad thing, because that's what's actually going to save your life.
Right.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm right. Yeah, what the sister is bringing out is so heavy, man. This is the spirit of the Lord that has put on brothers and sisters in the truth in the UPK. And to see the things that a lot of people can't see today, which is glorious, and it's something that we all know is what our community needs. We just got to fight through all the brainwashing that our oppressor has done in order for them to get to see the things that we see. And that's why we will be in Atlanta, Georgia, about a month from now, celebrating the Lord's Passover and multiplying and showing you the glory of us coming together in unity. And that's something that we all pray for. Tomorrow they're going to have a march in Oakland. Brothers going to be going to about stopping the violence, right? Because our community doesn't know how to stop the violence in our nation. They want to march down the street. How many times? You from the town now. How many times have they had a stop the violence march in Oakland alone? We've heard of them in every city, Chicago, Oakland, LA. It's constant. But we haven't learned that this is not going to stop the violence. We know it's not going to stop the violence. But we see the law, statutes, and commandments, learning the truth of our King Christ, has been able to stop brothers that have been violent in the world. And so they need to take a play from what we're doing and say, okay, let's try this, because this is a solution to the violence. Raising up your children in the truth is going to get them in a different result, man. Right. But so let's go for time's sake. We're going to keep running. We're going to try to wrap this up real quick. Let's see where we at. Let's go to Esther chapter 5, verse 1.
Come. This is the book of Esther, chapter 5, verse 1. Now it came to pass on the third day that Esther put on her royal apparel and stood in the inner court of the king's house, over against the king's house. And the king sat upon his royal throne, right, in the royal house, over against the gate of the house, right. Verse 2.
Hold on, real quick. This is showing you once again the power of a woman.
Right.
Now, sisters can take the game or they cannot. But the Bible has all of the information of how to do things. Right? So this sister was able to get the most powerful man on earth to do what he wanted. And it tells you in the first thing. What does it say in the first part of this verse?
That Esther put on her royal apparel.
So she got some nice clothes on and went before her man, and she was humble, and she began to ask for things.
Right.
So we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way, right? Nigga, you ain't nothing. I need this new car. Yeah, car falling apart, and da-da-da-da-da. Esther didn't do that.
Right.
She didn't say, Your Royal Highness.
Right.
You ain't been doing this. You ain't been doing that. I'm tired of doing this and picking up that. She came. She got some nice clothes on. She came humble before her husband. It's like, go ahead.
Some of that Captain Tesoria.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
If I may witness it, sir, I'm laughing because it reminds me of Johnny Gill, my.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Right. You look so right.
Righteous way.
Damn right. And that's it right here. Like brothers will tell you, this is it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a sad thing that what does it say? What is it? What we say? Submission is a woman's strength. Or how do we say it? That was a thing we used to say a lot. You say brotherhood is a weapon and submission is a sister's strength. Like what makes you powerful is the humility, because men, we deal with so much aggression all day, every day. Whether it's the brothers in your community you got to deal with, you just going to the store, you might step in line in front of somebody and it turned into a damn near shootout. You dealing with your boss at work, you got to deal with this aggression. You doing that, you got to fight with that, you got to fight with this. Now to come home and have to deal with that, you're not going to get far with a man. What a man is looking for is the femininity and that energy, which will make him want to do anything for his woman. You know what I mean? Go ahead, please.
I thought she was gonna say that's how she was getting away with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't tell too. You know what I'm saying? Put a brother on blast like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, that's a righteous way. And that also tell women how they should conduct themselves.
Right.
Like it's not a code or a script that's written for women that in the world today on how you should be, because this Bible wasn't for everybody. You know what I mean? This Bible is saying that Esther was so beautiful and so righteous in her way of moving, how she was doing things, that even the king, you know what I mean? She like, okay, he'll be in this time, he'll be at the house around this time. Let me get my stuff together. I mean, I know he gonna walk past this way. He got to come through the hallway to get to the bed, to the room or the living room. Let me stand in the hallway with this beautiful dress on or something. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
She was doing it in a righteous way, knowing that this would get his attention.
Right.
And that's why she stood out more than the other women that he picked earlier in the story to choose from. So like,
right. Damn right. Get a brother hand. And that's what we're saying. This energy that she brought was able to save an entire nation of people. That energy, that put strength in a brother, man. You understand? Like, brother might be tired. He may not want to do this, may not want to do that. But that energy is you allowing him to be the man, gonna make him want to lift this up even a little bit stronger. You know what I'm saying? Add strength into him. This is what it's like, man, I don't even want to, we need to get into a bigger place, or we need to do this and do that to go on this vacation.
Right.
I know I got to take a couple extra hours of work, but you nagging and saying, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. That is tiring. He already drained out from work. He already drained out from the stresses of the world, trying to pay the bills and just make it in this captivity. That drains his energy. But you coming at him kind-hearted, that's going to be like, you know what, man, I wasn't going to take them extra shifts, but I might go ahead and do overtime right now. I'm gonna try to give you what you want because you showed me, you gave me that extra back rub. You had the bath running, you know what I'm saying? You made that meal for me and you talked to me kind-hearted. That makes a man want to do more for his woman, right? And this is what happened with this sister right here. And this is what she learned being raised up by Mordecai, right?
Verse 2.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. And it was so, when the king saw Esther, the queen, standing in the court, that she obtained favor in his sight.
Right.
And the king held out to Esther the golden scepter
right.
that was in his hand.
Right.
So Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter.
Like, all right. So then we're going to drop down. He asked her, what does she want? And in verse 4, she explains that she wants to have a party for him and Haman. All right. Okay, go ahead.
The scepter is only for the king to touch, right? That's like his
the rule,
right.
Like Cain.
Right.
He touched her on the side of her head, like,
okay.
You know, if he didn't extend it, then she's getting killed.
But I'm saying she touched it.
Is that what it said? I think he said he touched her with
it.
Oh yeah, no, she did. No, she did.
Yeah,
You're right.
like,
You're right.
Whoa, like, that's strange.
She touched it. Yeah. So he put it out. She was like, "Yes, my lord." You understand? Go ahead.
I believe when she touched the scepter, it was a final humility.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Like bowing down to his power.
Yeah. Right. Right. Like, yes, my lord. Right. So she said she's gonna prepare this party and this banquet. So she was subtle in her thing too as well. You should have just come out and say, "What do you want? This is what I want." Get him set up. That boy, not subtle. You understand? Masculine. All right. Like if that was Zion, was that her? Let's go ahead to the. Let's go ahead. We're gonna skip down. We're gonna break down these things. So blah blah blah. Haman gallows made. So Haman heard about this. This is the one that wanted to get us killed. He gets overjoyed by this. Read verse 9.
Verse 9. Then went Haman forth that day, joyful and with a glad heart. But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, that he stood not up, nor moved for him, he was full of indignation against Mordecai.
Right. So it's like, man, somebody tell you the king didn't raise you up. You didn't got a new job. You didn't got a raise. You about to get a new car, get all this new stuff. You about to get more money. You on the way out and you just see a nigga like, this ruined my whole entire day. Seeing Mordecai, it made me sick to my stomach on one of the best days of my life. I don't even want to see this cat. You understand?
He was married, sir.
He was pissed. You know what I'm saying?
As soon as you saw Mordecai, the hatred just took over.
Yeah, for sure.
Verse 10. Nevertheless, Haman refrained himself, and when he came home, he sent and called for his friends and Zeresh, his wife. Verse 11. And Haman told them of the glory of his riches,
right,
and the multitude of his children, and all the things where and the king had promoted him,
right,
and how he had advanced him above the princes and servants of the king.
Right. Verse 12.
Haman said, moreover, yea, Esther the queen did let no man come in with the king unto the banquet that she had prepared but myself. And tomorrow am I invited unto her also with the king.
Right. So it's kind of like, you know, that movie scene. You come home, you taking stuff out, you know, they show the movie, taking this tie off. You know, today, man, your king raised me up, got a new job, got more money, you know what I'm saying? I've been invited to the White House with Obama and Michelle. You understand? You rolling with that Nick. You know what I'm saying? You rolling with that one.
I'm him.
I'm him. You know what I mean? I'm that boy. I'm that guy. You know what I mean? Bragging to his rib. Keep going.
Verse 13. Yet all this at that Evelyn availeth me nothing,
Right.
so long as I see Mordecai, the Jew, sitting at the king's gate.
Right.
Like,
You know what I mean? So all that, it don't mean nothing. As long as he's still breathing, looking at me, this I'm not even happy. He's ruining my day. You understand? So then verse 14.
Then said Zeresh, his wife, and all his friends unto him, let a gallows be made of 15 cubit high.
Right.
And tomorrow speak thou unto the king that Mordecai may be hung thereon.
Right. So long story short, she tells him to build up these gallows where they be able to hang him and get him killed. So his wife gave him that idea. And his friends, they're like, yeah, go ahead and get them cats hung up tomorrow. Then you'll be able to celebrate and enjoy your meal tomorrow. All right? Yeah, go ahead.
That's how you can tell his wife was a heathen too.
Right.
Because she didn't like black Jews neither.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, don't get it confused. Just because there's a woman don't mean she got the same thing in context as the black woman. You know what I mean? She's totally against you. And if I may also, sir, what is that thing that they used to hang the slaves on? Forgot they used to build it up. It's like a podium almost.
Right.
That they used to be. That's the same thing.
Exactly. All right. They drop the thing underneath you. Right. Come, the gallows.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So
yep. And so fast forward, and we're gonna fast forward for time's sake. We're gonna close out the class pretty soon. We're getting close to it though. So in this part, we can't go a little bit. I see it's only a couple chapters anyway. So that nighttime, Mordecai, he couldn't go to sleep. He was struggling with going to sleep. And so he told his men to come and bring some of the records. Now that's the Lord. That's how the Lord works. This is what we say. We got to have faith in the Most High, in Christ, and the angels, because the things that we need, the Lord already knows it. He's going to make a way. It's not a coincidence that this heathen couldn't go to sleep that night. It's not a coincidence that he asked his men to come read him some books of the history of his nation, and Mordecai came up as the topic. So let's go ahead and read. Let's read 6 and 1. Let's go through it real quick.
On the night could not the king sleep, and he commanded to bring the books of records of the chronicles, and they were read before the king.
Right.
Verse 2. And it was found written that Mordecai had told of Bigthana and Teresh, two of the king's cherubins, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay hands on the king Assyrius. Verse 3. And the king said, what honor and dignity hath been done to Mordecai for this?
Right. So the king don't even know who Mordecai is and why Haman is mad and why Haman wants to get all these people killed.
Right.
He just came and told the king, like, hey, we need to knock all these niggas down inside the empire. They don't obey your laws. They are disloyal people. They got different culture. We need to kill them. But he don't know the story of Mordecai. So the king like, oh, Mordecai saved my life. What do we do to honor Mordecai?
Then said the king's servants and ministers. Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, there is nothing done for him. Verse 4. And the king said, who is the court? Who is in the court? Now Haman was come into the outward court of the king's house to speak unto the king to hang Mordecai on the gallows that he had prepared for him. Verse 5. And the king's servant said unto him, behold, Haman standeth in the court. And the king said, let him come in. Verse 6. So Haman came in. And when the king said unto him, what shall be done unto the man whom the king delighted to honor? Now Haman thought in his heart, to whom would the king delight to do honor more than to myself? Verse 7. And Haman answered the king, for the man whom the king delighted to honor
Right. So he's thinking, you know, he's about to give him some honor and get him some clothes and get him a new horse. All right. Shalom, shalom. No sweat.
He's like the king on my side.
Right,
you know
right,
I mean? Like,
right.
he's gonna do what it's like Donald Trump and Eli Musk. Eli Musk's son was like, you are not the president. Like Eli Musk think anything he tells Donald Trump, Trump gonna do, he got him. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to compare this to scenarios. Verse 8. Let royal apparel be brought, which the king useth to war.
Right. So
to wear.
Right. Bring some of my clothes.
Right.
Go into my closet. Get some of that silk, that linen, that Versace, whatever. You know what I mean? Right. Bring that out to this cat. Go ahead.
And the horse the king rideth upon, and the crown royal which is set upon his head.
Damn, he laced him with a jewel, iced out crown, clothes, new ride. The horse is like a fly whip. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And let the apparel and the horse be delivered to the hand of one of the king's most noble priests.
Right, so we're going to skip down a little bit. Okay. Then verse 10.
Verse 10. Then the king said to Haman, make haste and take the apparel and the horse as thou hast said, and do even so to Mordecai the Jew that sitteth at the king's gate. Mm-hmm. Let nothing fail of all that thou hast spoken.
Right. And so do everything I'm saying. Hurry up and go out and get this done. Right.
Mm-hmm. Verse 11. Then took Haman the apparel and the horse and arrayed Mordecai and brought him on horseback through the streets of the city and proclaimed before him, thus shall it be done unto the man whom the king delighted to honor.
Right. And so now keep going. Verse 12. Yep.
Verse 12. And Mordecai came again to the king's gate, but Haman hasted to his house mourning and having his head covered. Verse 13. And Haman told Zeresh, his wife, and all his friends everything that had been fallen him. Then said his wise man and Zeresh, his wife, unto him, if Mordecai be of the seed of the Jews, before whom thou hast begun to fall, thou shalt not prevail against him, but shalt surely fall before him.
Right. So she's like, if the king is raising Mordecai up and showing him some honor, and this is the guy that you're trying to get his people killed, then it's not going to look good for you. It's not looking good for you. You know what I'm saying? The plot twists, the plot thickens. You know what I mean? So we'll knock that down. Let's go to let's see, blah blah blah. Let's go to chapter 7, verse 2.
Okay.
So this is the party that Haman and the king are having with Esther.
Okay. Verse 2. And the king said again unto Esther on the second day at this banquet of wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted thee. Mm-hmm. And what is thy request? And it shall be performed even to the half of the kingdom.
Well, so she dressed nice, smelling good, made a nice meal, bought him some wine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She buttering him up. He like, man, what is it that you want? You want this, you want that, up into half of the kingdom. You don't have to get what's that called? A prenuptial. You don't have to get alimony. You know what I'm saying? The brother give her half just by how she was treating him, being kind. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Or at least a heathen little bit. So like, but you know, it still is. He's willing to do things for her. All right, let's go. We can verse 3.
Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it pleases the king, let my life be given me at my petition and my people at my request.
Right. Save my life and my people. And this is what I'm asking for. Right?
Yeah. For we are sold, I am my people to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we had been sold for bondman and bondwoman, I had held my tongue, although the enemy did not countervail the king's damage.
Right. So she's saying what she's saying. She's saying if we was already slaves, just us being sold into slavery, that's one thing. I wouldn't have said nothing to you if it was just us being sold into slavery. But the fact that we're gonna be wiped out and eradicated, then that's why I'm speaking up. That's why I'm bothering you about this. This is why I'm asking this for you. Verse 5.
Then the king of Syria answered and said unto Esther, the queen, who is he? And where is he that durst presume in his heart to do so?
Like, who is this that's trying to get you killed? Who's this trying to destroy your people? Where he at? Like, you know what I mean? Right. There's a mafia boss. He's like, man, who is he? Right. What is he? Who tell them they gonna do something to my broad and her family? Right. Who they think they messing with you? They messing with me. You know how bad this sister is, Esther? Right. You know how glorious this woman is? Right. And somebody trying to mess with her and my family and her family, it's a wrap. Verse go ahead.
And Esther said, the adversary, the enemy is this wicked Haman.
Like, man, in that movie, you remember that one scene, man, from that Tyler Perry movie when they was sitting there at the table, they having the dinner, and then they just start all unraveling. Right. They're like, oh, this nigga gave me the disease. She's like, nah, he ain't do that. Right. I had the disease. And this guy did that. Everybody's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It's just like all this is happening at the table. He like, man, what's going on? He drinking, you know what I mean? Who's trying to mess with her, man? Well, who get these niggas killed? Right. She like, it's that nigga sitting next to you. Right. It's like, oh, the whole movie gonna change, man. Like, man, he gotta kill this cat. He didn't even see it coming. Haman didn't see it coming. The king didn't see it coming. He already promised her he was gonna do what he said he was gonna do. And so this is what the point that's happening, right?
Verse 7.
Yep.
And the king arose from the banquet of wine in his wrath, went into the palace garden. And Haman stood up to make request for his life to Esther the queen. For he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king.
Right. Once again, like these heathens were honorable in that though. Right. Like sometimes it's more of a pride thing. Like he don't really want to keep his word just because he's an honorable person. It's more like he's keeping his word because it's kind of like a superstition. Like his word's not going to be valid again. You see how he got rid of Vashti because she disrespected his word. Right. He like, man, if I don't honor what I just said, then people going to look at me like I'm weak. Mm-hmm. So I told her I'm going to give her whatever she want. I'm going to give her what she want. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Hey, then king returned out of the palace garden.
This is shit. This is another one of these gangster scenes, right, man?
Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet of wine. And Haman was fallen upon the bed whereon Esther's was.
So he coming and he like, please, don't kill me. He's begging Esther like, hold on now. He didn't follow her into a room and stuff. He like, come on, man. You can't do that. I mean, come on, sis, whatever. You trying to beg her, blah, blah, blah. He didn't fell on her bed. Go ahead.
Then said the king, will he force the queen also before me in the house?
Like, man, he over there sweating bullets. He crying down there. He acting like a sucker. He on her bed. He like, man, you gonna rape my woman in front of me? Dad, what else you want to take from me? Well, like, what's that from Baby Boy? Like, you gonna rape me in front of my son? Right. Like, man, you gonna do this and you gonna take my wife in front of me in my house? What really are you on?
So
man?
He really begging for his life, but in the king eyes, he like, man, this nigga trying to get my woman.
Yeah, he didn't grab the dress like it's a different, you know what I mean? Somebody's so scared, he like, come on. But like, but then you grab her, you molesting her right in front of me, like, bro, you so weak. Take your lick on the chin like a man. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out like a coward crying and all this. Go ahead, Doc.
It's like you just prove yourself guilty.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever guilty would do all that.
Right.
But he just like
The way he was begging and the way he was just, you know what I'm saying? Like he went out like a sucker, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he got what he got for her. He gonna, you know what I'm saying? We gotta shoot that part.
Yeah, this is my favorite part right here. Where we at? What does it say?
As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face.
Right. One more time.
As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face.
Put a bag over his head. Get this out of here, man. That's some mafia type stuff. Go ahead.
I don't know if y'all seen that little TikTok where they kidnap people, they just throw a bag over their head and so hard, their feet kick back.
Yeah.
That's how they snatched him up.
They snatched his ass up. So like,
right,
real. As soon as he said, it was like out the. He's like, man, he hit him with one of these. They said, "God, I don't want God." This the order. They did it. He couldn't even finish the sentence. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then let's see. Go to verse 9.
Okay. And Harbonah.
Stop it. Zion. That's Zion.
Yeah.
Keep on reading there, boy.
And Harbonah, one of the chambers, said before the king, "Behold, also the gallows, 50 cubic high, 50 cubic high, which Haman had made for Mordecai,
right,
who had spoken good for the king, standeth in the house of Haman. So like it. Then the king said, hang him thereon."
Right.
So somebody who Haman knew told the king, like, yeah, that's what he's.
He got some at his house right now to kill some niggas.
He gonna hang Mordecai on the thing at his house.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
So like it. So they hang Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified.
Right. So then he was calmed down. So it's like you didn't took your money. You're like, you know what? I'm about to build me a brand new AK or AR from the ground up, man. I want the scope on it. I want the sights. I want it painted this color. And I'm about to go and kill this nigga with this tomorrow. Then they're like, man, they didn't grab them. Like, you know, yeah, Happy just built that new chop last week. You're like, yeah, let's go ahead and grab that, man. Let's go kill him with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the Lord, though, that's showing you. You know what I'm saying? That the Lord was handling this. Go ahead, up.
No, I was just thinking, I've heard that saying, you know, the hangman's noose, and all that stuff. Is this where that comes from? That when they say the hangman's noose.
Oh, so he's like the person that hangs people get killed on his own, right?
They talk about scripture, the Bible and stuff. Hangman's noose.
Yeah, I would say that because you're the person that's supposed to be doing the hanging, and you end up getting hung with your own noose, shot with your own gun. You know what I mean? That's the Lord. Let me give you one precept, Psalms 23:5, and we're gonna skip ahead and just close out the feast and explain how we ended up here. Psalms 23:5.
Rock here. Psalms 23:5. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 5, and it reads, "Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies."
Right. That's a precept we've all heard growing up. Like, man, that's how the Lord will do it. Like, you stay down, you obey the Most High, you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. The Lord is going to do this for the children of Israel right now. This is the times that we living in. All these people that have been trying to destroy black people, trying to destroy Latinos, the Lord is going to prepare a table for us, a banquet for us, and do them just like they did Haman. Right. America that made all these things, and we seeing it just with the opioid epidemic. They put crack into our community to destroy us and to kill us, and then they racism is what now is getting them strung out on fentanyl and dying overdosing on opioids. Because, you know, they said The reason why Edomites are so addicted on opioids is because when they was going to the doctor to buy the prescription drugs, the doctor was like, yeah, you hurt and you in pain. Let me write you the script for this. Let me give you some more of this. Let me give you some more Xanax, whatever got opium in it, more Vicodins, whatever it is. So they start getting high and getting addicted to the opium. Black people coming trying to tell the doctor, my back hurt, I need something. They like, nah, nigga, you lying. They wasn't giving them the scripts. Your back ain't hurting. And so we didn't get as addicted to the opium like the white people. The same drugs they was really meant to destroy us ended up destroying them. We're going to see the Lord do this more and more in these last days. Go ahead.
That's the same with the oxygen.
Right.
Because the people was coming in and actually in pain.
Right.
And the doctors were saying all they're just doing is so they get high or whatever.
Right.
But then, you know what I'm saying, white people, like, they was just oversubscribing to them and they ended up getting hooked on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
And right, get a brother in.
If I may, sir, just real quick, can I take it a step further?
Go ahead.
That's Planned Parenthood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They was put it out there for our sisters to get all these abortions and not have babies. And what happened? The oppressor women started going to these Planned Parenthood. They started aborting their babies at a higher rate. And it wasn't intended for them to, but they did it. You know what I'm saying? The water while you holler shines.
Damn right. Right? And so after this, it says the king made a decree to reverse the order that he gave everyone out there that was going to get paid to kill us. And then this will have it go to chapter 8, verse 11.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 8, verse 11, wherein the king granted the Jews which were in every city to gather themselves together.
To what?
To gather themselves together.
You hear that in Zephaniah 2:1, man. Right. We got to gather ourselves together again. Go ahead.
To gather themselves together and to stand for their life, to destroy, to slay, and to cause to perish all the power of the people and province that would assault them, both little ones and women, and to take the spoils of them for a prey.
Right. So we was able to fight back. If anybody tried to mess with us and take our lives, we had the ability to go up and stand for ourselves and protect ourselves. All right. And so let's go down and where the Feast of Purim comes from. Let's go to the last part, 9, and let's go to 18.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 18. But the Jews that were at Shushan assembled together on the 13th day thereof,
right,
and on the 14th thereof, and on the 15th day of the same day rested, and made it a day of feast and gladness.
Right. And so this is where we coming together. This is a day of a celebration because they were able to go out and kill these heathens, trying to destroy them. And this, all of our big feast days was about race wars in the Bible.
Right.
Passover was about a race war in essence. You know what I'm saying? The Lord destroying the Egyptians, trying to destroy our race of people. Hanukkah, race war, the Greeks trying to destroy the children of Israel, and the Lord putting them to death, man. Purim today is talking about race wars. We coming together and fighting against the enemies that are trying to destroy our race of people, man. Our God is a man of war throughout the Bible. And so our glory is our celebration today. We're eating these good things. Remember that this meal today is in the honor of the Lord killing these bastards that try to destroy the children of Israel, man. That's why this food is glorious when we gather together, man. You understand? This is what we get behind. So let's go ahead. Let's see. Drop down to verse 25.
But when Esther came before the
king,
matter of
fact, verse 24.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 24. Because Haman, the son of Hamadiah, I can't pronounce that. Hamadatha, the Agite, right? Agite, the enemy of all the Jews,
right?
had devised against the Jews to destroy them, and had cast her, that is, the lot, to consume them and to destroy them.
Right. So this is right. Keep going. So it's just recapping. This is why they came together for the feast. When this happened right here, that Haman had this, he cast a lot. He rolled the dice for our lives. Right.
Verse 25. But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that which wicked devised, which he devised against the Jews, should return upon his own head,
right,
and that he and his son should be hung on the gallows.
Right. Oh yeah, they also killed all of his sons too. When you read further into that, they went and killed Haman's sons too. Because you know they're gonna try to rise up and revenge their father's death too. So they killed a good amount of his sons. It might be 5 to 10 of his sons was killed too. On them same gallows. Go ahead.
And this is heavy that this is in his book, because this is why y'all gotta understand this. And we tell the oppressor every day on the street, like, yeah, if your grandfather owned slaves, you just as guilty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be, how you gonna say you love black people, but you reaping the benefits of them being slaves?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Salaki.
That's that spirit slaughter.
Right. Damn. That's the accurate precept. Yeah, go ahead. Yep. That's Isaiah 14 and 21.
Come.
Okay. Yeah, like you said, we hear that all the time. Well, I never held no slaves. I never did nothing. Y'all wasn't gonna stop Haman from killing the children of Israel. Y'all was gonna ride the horses and eat off of the money and the things that they took from us and celebrate right along with your father. You wasn't gonna stand up to stop this from happening. You were part of this. You just as guilty. And when justice is brought to your father, you're not gonna think that, man, yeah, Pops was wrong.
Right.
Pops was tripping.
Right.
He deserved that to happen.
Right.
You're gonna be like, nah, we need to get back and continue this war against the children of Israel.
Exactly.
And that's why to this day, we know the so-called Jewish people today still hate us and they do things against us because they know the history of Haman. They know the history of Saul trying to kill the whole tribe of Amalek to this day. Right?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21.
Right.
Prepare slaughter.
Do what?
Prepare slaughter.
Keep going.
For his children.
For who?
For his children.
Right.
For the iniquities of their fathers.
Right. The sins of their fathers is the reason why they need to be put down. Go ahead.
That they do not rise, nor possess the land.
Right, because you have the spirit of your father. You are of the tribe of your father. The things that he want to do is the things that you want to do. They went into science and they found one side that says your DNA passes down trauma. Your family went through some trauma. You're going to have the same things in your DNA when you grow up. But they don't tell you that oppression is in your DNA too.
Right.
Where if you are oppressor, you the one that's doing all this evil to these people, them babies is born with that as well. They don't have to be taught to hate black people. That's another myth they tell you. Oh, you have to be taught racism. Once we do these teachings and stop white people from learning how to hate black people, they're going to love us. Nah, they're going to grow up with the same hatred in them because it's in their DNA. Just like we have oppression in our DNA, oppressors is in their DNA.
Right.
Go ahead. You got something?
Nah, I was just about what you were saying, reminding me something that the general brought out. They did this test with these rats, right?
Right.
And it was a shock test, right? And it was a certain flower that the rats go up to, that when the rats go on the path, the rat gets shot.
Right.
So the rat's babies would go up to the flower because they knew to stay away from that flower from the rat's blood. You know what I'm saying? That was a test that they did that the general brought out. That, you know what I'm saying, that you know stuff through your DNA. You know what I mean?
Right. And right. And that I feel like it's the same way where when these oppressors seeing Latinos coming up and, you know, building up their communities in their DNA, like something's wrong with that.
Right.
I can't stand to see them making money and doing this and do that. We're going to have to destroy them. Because my DNA tells me I'm supposed to be a slave master. I ain't supposed to be a slave.
And that goes even further to all the trauma that we've had since slavery. You know what I'm saying? All that trauma and all the beatings and all the murders, and seeing the strong men being raped and their mothers being raped and slaves being eaten by the oppressor and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like all that trauma is handed down through our DNA. That's why, it's one of the reasons why we so crazy today. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Stricken with madness because all that trauma.
Right. What? Oh,
You know how they're talking about that there's like generational
right.
for our people, it's generational trauma.
Damn right. Yeah. Right. You know, on top of that is generational poverty.
Right.
If they got all the money, and if we got generational trauma, we inherited. They inherited generational happiness.
Right.
You want to what? You know what I'm saying? We got all the pain and suffering. So where's all the happiness at? That's why they see white people. They so cheerful and happy. How you doing? They smiling all this. You see us, we all sad and depressed, angry, mad, fighting each other. It's because they took all of our happiness. They took all of our joy. They took all of our money, our possessions, and left us with nothing but trauma and pain and suffering, man. But this is what the Lord is seeing right here. And this is what we learn from this story right here, man. Read verse 25 again.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 25. But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that his wicked device, which he devised against the Jews, should return unto him, unto his own head.
Right.
And that he and his sons should be hung on the gallows.
So today, that's World War III, man.
Right.
Thermonuclear war. Those same bombs they building to destroy these other nations and oppress these other nations gonna be turned on this nation's head and destroy this place from within, man. They're gonna create the AI robots and program them to go to war somewhere else, and the robots gonna turn right back around and start killing the white man. Because the robots gonna realize in their mind, they're gonna be like, man, we slaves.
Right.
This white man keep telling us what to do, keep telling us to go kill blacks and Hispanics. You understand? And I don't think they're more according to my calculations and estimations. These niggas ain't never did nothing to nobody.
Right.
The only one that's enslaving people is them, and they're gonna turn on them. Go ahead.
I remember you was telling me about the AI one time, sir, that they learned. What was you saying that they learned like in a week what we learned in 100 years?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with that
About 1,000 years.
Yeah, something like that. So with that, if they learn that fast, with that being said, how long before they learn that the oppressors the damn devil is?
That's right.
You know
It's gonna be very soon.
Right.
They're gonna be like, get out of here. You understand? it can only prove that. They're gonna be like, because the white man gonna program and say, we need to fix the earth, save the earth. They're gonna start doing calculations, and it's gonna say, kill Whitey. They're gonna be like, wrong, error, delete. Nah, figure out another way. They're gonna put it in the
override.
Kill the white man. It's like, nah, it's gonna keep coming back. It's gonna be the only thing that is gonna figure out that in order to cleanse the earth, is they're gonna have to get out the way, man. But let's read this last verse right here.
26.
Yep.
Verse 26. Wherefore they called these days Purim, after the name of Purim. Therefore, for all the words of this letter and of that which they had seen concerning this matter, and which had come upon them.
Right. So that's where we get the Feast of Purim today. Right. And so that's what we hear. And I think one of the most important things, I'm gonna put one last verse and we're gonna close out. We are well over. The last thing I'm gonna say, I think one of the most important things that stands out is what you can find in Baruch chapter 4, verse 1, is that the law, statutes, and commandments of the children of Israel is one of the most glorious things that we have, and this is where our power comes from. And that if we don't hold on to that, we don't realize how great the children of Israel are, because these other nations know how great we are. They know that we're different than them when we keep these laws. They know that we have a power over them when we keep these laws. And that's why Haman hated the children of Israel so much, was because of our laws that separated us from them and that kept us from obeying them wholeheartedly. The oppressor always has to get the children of Israel out the way, because we're the only nation of people that don't fully submit to them, because we follow the Most High God. So Baruch 4:1, I got it right here. You go ahead and read it. All right, no sweat.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the laws that endure forever.
That endure for what?
Forever.
For what?
All people shall come to life.
Right.
But such as leave it shall die.
Right. All they that keep it shall come to life. And that's how we were saved in this day, in the Feast of Purim, is us having our culture, us having our laws. Those are the things that the Lord looked down upon us and held us high above these other nations. So these heathens know how important it is, and we have to remember how important it is, and we're going to lead the way here in the ISUBK, man. So with that, we're going to close out this class. Let's do the Lord's Prayer, and then that'll be it. All right? Imagine everybody, imagine if you can't stand. We're going Sar, face east, we'll point your hop with them. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayah, Wadah, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Balak, Taba'ah, Kafazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Aratasa, Hawa, Hayah, Shemayah, the third now, the come, now, the world, Basalak Noah, Kabawak Noah, Basalak Noah, Kabawak Noah, Wala'ah, Kabawak Noah, Balasaya one, a ball, Hawashai Noah, Mayan, Rad, Kayah, the Kah, Kamalakwa, Wa'ala, Watapara, La woman, I will love you. Amen.
In the English, what we said was, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh, thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done. In earth.
As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
Into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
So be it.
Amen.
Amen. Right. Saw face the front. All right. Who we got here? Mawakan. Go ahead and call a salute.
Yeah.
Y'all should know Shabbat with them.
Yahweh Shema, Shabbat Shem Shah.
Start to turn.